Hello guys and welcome back. So great to see you and to be able to talk to you again. My name is Paul and this is Paul's Hockey Channel, and today we'll be talking about JT Miller. As we all know guys, everybody's talking about JT Miller right now. Elliotte Friedman reporting last Saturday on Hockey Night in Canada that JT Miller actually was almost held out of the game against Edmonton Oilers, that he was so close to being traded apparently to New York Rangers, but finally that trade didn't happen. Apparently the teams didn't really settle on the final details of the agreement, so JT Miller is still out there. He's still a Vancouver Canuck, but it seems like his days as Vancouver Canucks are numbered. So we should see, but it seems like it's more of a question of when than if he will be traded out of Vancouver. As we all know, there has been a rift between JT Miller and Elias Pettersson, and it's expected that JT Miller will be traded from Vancouver. The question is when, and we should see where JT Miller will be traded. It won't be easy. As we all know, JT Miller is a great player. He had 103 points this past season. In season 2022-2023, he had 82 points, and in season 2021-2022, he had 99 points. So really a great player, a center, a very valuable player. But it won't be easy for Vancouver Canucks and the general manager Patrik Allvin to trade him, and there are a number of reasons why. The biggest reason probably is that JT Miller has a full no trade clause. So pretty much what does that mean? That means that JT Miller must approve every single trade that Vancouver wants to make. It must be approved by JT Miller, and that's why again the number of teams that we are talking about as a potential trade destination, there are not so many of them. In today's video I will be talking about 5 main trade destinations for JT Miller. Again, these are according to Sportsnet and according to The Athletic. So two very, I would say, valuable sources. So let's start with first destination. The first destination that is probably most likely are New York Rangers. As I have said, Elliotte Friedman reported that actually probably Rangers were very close already this past Saturday to trade for JT Miller, but again, the final details of the agreement were not finalized, So the Rangers, they do make sense. Again, they do make sense even for me. The Rangers, as we all know, have been struggling at the end of last year. They fell out of the playoff spots, but they are trying to get back. They have been playing definitely better recently. They are back on some winning, back into winning ways, and JT Miller definitely could help them in their offensive game. But again, the question is what the Vancouver Canucks can get back for JT Miller. What can New York Rangers offer? I have been, hearing that maybe Alexis Lafreniere, apparently not. New York Rangers are not willing to give up Alexis Lafreniere. We might be talking about Mika Zibanejad and other guys, but still the problem for Rangers also is that all of their top guys, usually they also do have the same no move or no trade protection that JT Miller has, so it will be kind of difficult to negotiate the final details. But definitely New York Rangers seem to be like one of the best fits for JT Miller, and definitely it seems like he is inclined of going to New York. Again, JT Miller, probably, it seems like he won't go to another Canadian team. It seems like he really wants to go to US, and preferably, it seems like, based on what I have been hearing and what's written in Sportsnet, The Athletic, it looks like he's looking on the East Coast of US as his ideal potential trade destination. So in this case, New York Rangers, they should fit pretty nicely. And again, he knows the local culture in New York because he has been drafted back in year 2011 by New York Rangers. So this also might play some kind of a role here. So New York Rangers, the first potential team to land JT Miller. The second team, guys, and the team that I think makes really good sense are Carolina Hurricanes. Earlier this week, Sportsnet's in-house scout Jason Bucala suggested that Carolina could land Miller for a package built around 26-year-old winger Martin Necas. So again, we have been talking about Martin Necas potentially on his way out of Carolina since last season, so maybe Necas could be included in a package for JT Miller. Who knows? But again, of all the teams potentially in the hunt for Miller, it feels like he has the potential to help Carolina the most, writes Sportsnet. And especially Sebastian Aho, he's their number one center, and Jordan Staal, if he will be centering a third trio, Miller could really nicely slot in beautifully as a number two center in Carolina. And he definitely can help the Hurricanes. They are looking pretty good this season again, but they will want to get over that playoff success. They really want to get deeper into the playoffs. Ideally, they want to go all the way, and Miller could definitely be a huge asset for them. Martin Necas could be one of the players who could be traded, for JT Miller potentially. I have been also hearing maybe someone like Jesperi Kotkaniemi. You never know, but definitely Carolina, I really like this fit. Out of all the teams, probably I like Carolina the most, so they seem like a good destination, potential destination for JT Miller. Again, a team in the US, pretty close to East Coast. I like the fit in Carolina pretty much. Okay guys, moving on the East Coast, and we do have New Jersey Devils. They could be potential destination for JT Miller as well, potentially, but again, as we are going lower and lower on this list, the destinations are less and less likely, but I could see New Jersey why they could be potentially interested in JT Miller, and definitely he could be interested in moving to New Jersey, because New Jersey seems like to be one of the teams potentially fighting for that Stanley Cup, one of the better teams in the Eastern Conference and all of the NHL as well. So the Devils, what they have to offer, that's a good question. Always, they potentially do have a 20-year-old, very good, prospect, defensive prospect, Simon Nemec, on the farm in AHL. So he is a potential prospect that could be traded for JT Miller. We should see again the Devils if they are inclined to trade Simon Nemec. Right now it seems like not really, based on what I have heard also from Elliot Friedman and other sources. It seems like New Jersey, they are not interested in trading Nemec. But definitely Dawson Mercer might be included in this trade. They do have some interesting pieces, and Miller definitely might be interested to play for the Devils. You never know, and they do have a good team, and they can definitely use another great forward in top six. Again, which team wouldn't want to have Miller on their team? But it's a question if they can really afford it. Also, not only if they have someone to trade for JT Miller, but if they have enough cap space, because he has a cap hit of $8 million for next couple of seasons. So that's also something to keep an eye on. But definitely the Devils were one of the main teams that were linked to JT Miller recently, so look out for them as well. And one of the teams that Sportsnet writes about as one of the potential trade destinations for JT Miller has been Dallas. Now, this is interesting. Dallas is an interesting one. Again, the question is who would be traded for Miller in the case for Dallas Stars. I don't see a player who could be traded for Miller in Dallas, but I have just read some suggestions that Dallas might be in it. Interesting, certainly. It seems like the Stars have been linked more to defensemen than to offensive players, so let's see. But it's not very likely, I would say, but Dallas definitely an interesting team to discuss here, and something interesting to look at, the Dallas Stars. And also what's interesting with the Stars is that obviously Tyler Seguin is right now injured, and once the Stars put his almost $10 million cap hit on LTIR, then Dallas should have more cap flexibility, which could be very, very needed for a trade of JT Miller. So that's also something to keep an eye on, definitely. So far we have been talking about four teams: New Jersey Devils, New York Rangers, Also, the Carolina Hurricanes, which in my opinion might be the best fit right now for JT Miller, and Dallas Stars. So we have been talking about 4 teams, and the 5th team that Sportsnet especially writes about is Columbus Blue Jackets. Again, JT Miller is a native of Ohio/Pennsylvania. He grew up in the border between these two US states, so Columbus is very close to his hometown, so it might work out for him potentially in this, geographical kind of way. But Columbus is an interesting team. You wouldn't certainly think of Columbus as the main contender. They definitely are not the main team to win Stanley Cup this season. They are fighting for the playoffs in the Eastern Conference. They have been playing pretty well lately. And JT Miller could slide in nicely after Adam Fantilli. Fantilli is projected to be the #1 center for the Columbus in the next years to come, but JT Miller can definitely slide in quite nicely as #2 center in Columbus. But the question is if JT Miller will want to go to Columbus, but because again, he has a full no trade protection. So it's all up to him if really he would find that as something attractive option to go into Columbus. I really don't know about that, but it's just is something that is discussed, But again, as we are going lower and lower in this list, the possibilities of JT Miller being traded to these teams is lower and lower. So I would say right now, guys, just to sum this up, I think the New York Rangers are definitely one of the biggest favorites to land JT Miller, but I really like the fit in Carolina as well. I like Carolina very much, the fit there with Martin Necas or Jesperi Kotkaniemi as a potential, trade assets for JT Miller. I like that very, very much. And New Jersey Devils, not sure about that, if the Devils really would want to go into this big kind of trade. Dallas Stars, not really sure about them as well. Again, they do have cap flexibility with Tyler Seguin being placed on LTIR, but if they want to do it, I'm not quite sure about that. And then as a 5th team, we do have Columbus potentially, but again, it's not very likely, but it could be possible, could be possible definitely for JT Miller, but it seems like to be the question of when more than if JT Miller will be traded out of Vancouver. Please, guys, tell me your thoughts in the comment section below. As always, tell me, where do you think JT Miller will go this season? Do you think he will get traded at all? And which team do you think has the best chances of landing JT Miller? Make sure to tell me your thoughts in the comment section as always, guys. And we do have the great chase, Alex Ovechkin. He scored a goal this past day, and he scored an empty netter once again. He's just 20 goals away from catching Wayne Gretzky. And we do have a great chase on this channel as well. We are trying to reach 1,000 subscribers, guys, so I would really, really appreciate if you would hit that subscribe button. It's really appreciated, guys. Thank you very much for watching this video, and hopefully we can talk again very, very soon. Take care, and Dave, well, take it from here. It's all yours.
This video was brought to you by Paul's Hockey Channel, your trusted source of NHL news. Subscribe and turn on notifications bell in order not to miss future uploads. Enjoy the content and stay safe.